Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan taking back in with another video. First things first, if you're watching the video, go ahead and drop a like, drop a sub, and drop a comment as well. Now, in our first story of the day, of course, I'm sure you guys have seen this. Chris Bumstead posted a back double bicep, and man, this is just unreal. Honestly, let me not get ahead of myself, but this back could definitely do well in the open class with more mass added. It's just when you're a taller guy, you can have more mass. You can be 200 plus pounds on stage, and a lot of the shorter guys in classics such as Terrence and Breon, about 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", you just can't be 200 plus pounds. So you just can't look this big, man. I feel like the classic division kind of just leans towards taller guys. Of course, guys like Breon and Terrence can still win, but when you're 200 plus pounds of muscle on stage, and then some of these guys, such as Brian Jones, are 200 plus pounds and don't even look it. They look even bigger than that. So this is just an amazing update from Chris Band. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a title this year, but I'm hoping Breon will be able to push him. Due to the package that Terrence just brought, the Arnold Classic, Breon and Terrence are definitely going to be in for a battle. I think Breon is better muscle for muscle, but Terrence may have an overall more classic physique as well as better posing. So, going to be very excited, man. Going to be very exciting. Classic physique, Mr. Olympia. Before I get into the very recent updates for this video, I forgot to put this up in the last video, but William Bonac posted a back posing video after the Arnold Classic just to show us the shape that he was in. And man, you guys know that I'm a William Bonac fan, and you know that I had William Bonac winning this show. And I believe William still would have came in and been able to beat Nick Walker. I believe William takes both back shots, in my honest opinion, and I still believe William takes both side shots. So I believe he only has to win one more pose to win the matchup. And also, William is a better poser. And I know it's kind of controversy right now going on with whether you pose or not actually matters. But I think Bonac would have been able to edge out Nick Walker, just in case if you guys wanted to know my opinion on that. And in our next story of the day, we're going to take a look at Justin Rodriguez, man, who is honestly looking amazing. And coming out of their fourth place, placing at the Arnold Classic, I'm pretty sure he's going to be probably gunning for that top 6 as the Mr. Olympia. And I have a couple of other guys that I'm going to put up later in the video that I think will be some pretty interesting comparisons between them. But Justin actually puts up physique updates more than a lot of other guys. So you'll probably see Justin in almost every video that I put up because that's how often he posts. But this was a twisting back double from the Arnold Classic, man. It was just an amazing shot for Justin. And I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the Mr. Olympia stage. I believe last year he placed 10th, but I think he may be able to improve on that this year. I can't really say for sure yet, guys, because there's so many people doing the Mr. Olympia. I'm going to actually have to sit down and make my predictions very soon. In our next story of the day, we get a physique update from Regan Grimes, man. And honestly, Regan has been on fire with the physique updates lately. And everyone looking at Regan like, man, he looks great, but we're still wondering, how is he going to look once he's standing next to some of these other guys? Honestly, Regan looks amazing, and I'm pretty sure that he can definitely be a Mr. Olympia in the future. But my only knock on him is from some of his back shots, he doesn't seem to be in the best condition, especially with his glutes. Like, the front of his body looks very conditioned, but in the glute and hamstring area, he doesn't look as conditioned. So hopefully he'll be able to get that in check in time for the Mr. Olympia. And I'm hoping Regan will be able to improve on his 15th place placing from last year. But with this lineup being so deep, guys, you never know. And our next story of the day, we're going to take a look at James Hollingshead, who is honestly, as you guys know, one of the most underrated bodybuilders in the IFBB. But honestly, James is the wild card because we haven't seen him stand next to a lot of these guys. And James, we know that he's definitely improved since the last time he stepped on stage. But we want to put James in that top 6, but top 8 to top 10 is definitely going to be a safe place for James. But I'm pretty sure that he's going to come in with some crazy mass and crazy conditioning, and he's going to move up. And James actually looks like he has a pretty small waist from behind as well. So a lot of these other guys that don't have the best aesthetics, I feel like James is going to be able to slide past them because even though he's somewhat of a mass monster, James actually has a tiny waist. Maybe not a tiny waist, maybe it's just from the shoulder width of getting wider, but his waist looks smaller than a lot of guys. In our next story of the day, I actually want to talk about Sergio Oliva Jr. And not for the comparison. You guys can go to Sergio's Instagram and read actually what he said about this post. I believe he said he was a little bit too full going into this show and he needs to work on his peaking process. But I was very impressed with the physique on the left, man. This is an amazing physique. And I was just thinking off of the top of my head, who in the IFBB has a physique like this? And I can't think of any, man. Sergio has a beautiful physique. And Lee Priest said on Dave Palumbo's Iron Rage that if everyone showed up in shape, the show would be between Nick Walker, Sergio Oliva Jr., and Akim Williams. And I definitely agree on that, man. I definitely agree on that. And I'm excited to see what Sergio is going to bring to this Legion show. Sergio has some of the best abs and one of the best abs and thighs, but his stomach looked very watery. But I'm glad that Sergio held up to what went on. He didn't really make any excuses. I know some people will see it as that, but he really just explained what happened. So hopefully other people can take from it and don't make his mistake. But very excited to see Sergio versus Cedric at the Legion. And the next story of the day, we're really gonna keep it short. But from everything I've seen, it seems like Akeem Williams was in condition at the Arnold Classic. Maybe not in person, but from everything I've seen, it looks like Akeem was in crazy condition. And I'm showing this to you guys because Akeem posted on his story, and this was before he went on stage at the Arnold Classic. So you guys let me know. Everyone says Akeem was off. You guys let me know. And our last story of the day, I know the 212 has been very quiet. Sean Clarita has been very covered up. Keon Pearson, George Peterson, everyone from the 212, even Derek Lunsford has been pretty covered up. They haven't really been posting any updates. But the 212 is about to heat up, man, because you guys just heard all of those names that I've named. And speaking of Derek Lunsford, who we have right here in front of us, I believe he's going to be able to take the title this year. If Derek doesn't take the title, I believe that Derek will probably take a close second to Sean Clarita. With Derek working with Honey Rambod, I believe he's definitely going to be able to bring a very special package this year. And Sean Clarita is already an extremely dedicated person, but with the passing of John Meadows, rest in peace, earlier this year, I believe Sean is motivated as ever. So it's going to be a very exciting battle, man. And if Keon Pearson is able to bring some crazy conditioning, watch out. That's going to be the video for today, you guys. I hope you did indeed enjoy it. Like, comment, and sub. I'm out.